Stadium, home to the Longhorns. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Texas Longhorns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up.
Raiders will kick it away to start. Texas.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. On first down, here comes this offense. Out of the gun, they give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Second down coming up.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. He finds his man, and they pick up just a few on that completion. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are
looking deep. Fires into traffic. It's picked off.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Back to the ground with the running back. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this week.
And the Red Raiders will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Running to the left. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line gets set, first down. Looking to throw. That one comes out hot down the right side. And he's got it inside the 35. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Longhorn! Smokey the Cannon not the only one using explosives around here, and it has electrified this Longhorn crowd.
Now, I mean, coming out on point, coming out dissecting the defense, scoring early in front of this crowd. You know good and well, all these fans love their school. Texas has got so much pride. This gets them going early.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Here comes the offense on second down. He'll take it himself. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. The Red Raiders come to the line in the hurry-up. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to run for it. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. And the Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50. But you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Kept it on the ground on first down. See if they stick with that plan on second. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He tries to take the top off. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. The Red Raiders will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to return it. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Another big gain on the catch here. Big target out there like a Roy Williams was back in the day.
No doubt. And find your guys, find your matchups. And listen, when you're at Texas, you recruit at a high level. You usually get better dudes than you're playing against. Find those guys, let them make plays for you.
Oh, just causing wreckage in the secondary. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. Trying to pound their way in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end.
Texas 14, Texas Tech 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll try the run. A run up the middle is stopped for no gain. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. Two totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time. One is pitchy, woo-woo, throw it around all over the yard. The other one, physicality. Which style can present itself today and win the ball game?
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Shakes off the tackler. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
He's run out of bounds after the big game, and they are in business. First and goal on the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So first down didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's see what they can dial up on second down.
Reese, I got him right where I want him, okay? I'm going to throw the football. Now I can get back in shotgun. Let's forget the running game stuff. We're going to play a little pitch and catch and see how good that secondary is.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Now on the option. And maybe a wise move not to even try the pitch as he's knocked down in the backfield.
Brings up third and goal.
It's still third and goal. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires into the end zone. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Bringing it back. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And then coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
He's got it on the right. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's first and 10. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
They'll run it from the gun. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
And the Red Raiders getting set on first and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with second and 4. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on third. Quickly complete. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. Pulls and throws off the RPO. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to... Touchdown, Red Raiders! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in a terrific top 15 matchup. Tennessee is on top, but it's not like Peyton Manning or T. Martin are playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 7 over Auburn. Just another week of college football where we've...
He's got it, Allen. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score! Touchdown, Longhorn! Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
And those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give them a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back here. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got...
Lets it fly. And the ball is intercepted. Takes it the other way. After making the interception, he sets up his offense by running it back to the 39.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's looking to throw it. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. Misfired on 1st down. Back to the air on 2nd. Got it set up on the outside. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
3rd down coming up.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long, it's tough to... You know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also...
Time to take a shot. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
He'll start this drive firing. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. Wide out in motion. He'll come out throwing on first down. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
That QB might want to register as a 501c3. With the amount of donations he is making to the other team right now, interception number 4 now, putting his team in a bad position time and time again. We might want to start thinking about a change here.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Texas Tech, 7.
The Longhorns will kick it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
He unleashes a long one. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. First down for this offense. Handoff from the gun. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
On the play. Brings up second down.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Using the quick game. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Plows ahead for a pickup of 4 down to the 14.
Second down.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. They go to the ground. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rush.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man quickly. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down. The Red Raiders headed quickly to the line. DB's right up on the receivers. On second down, he'll fire. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. They keep attacking through the air. Another incompletion on third down. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. Gets it out quickly. Open space at the 25. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
Man, that play looked a little bit too easy. Fourth down, big situation. You got to get up on these receivers and make it difficult. He gets the football right away, gets all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
He'll run it again. He makes the tackle at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and they'll have a first down.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. To the ground with the back. At the 40, there he goes. Afterburner's coming. The 20. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
You want to know why this offense runs the football a lot? Because you got a guy that's top 5 in college football in rushing. You give him the football, and he'll continue to make plays. I imagine they're going to keep feeding him because he keeps putting up productive numbers.
Leaves it with the back. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On second down, wants to throw. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Longhorn! And they take it in for 6 more points. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? You can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks hit like that. No matter what they do, they're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Texas.
From inside the 10, here he comes. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Looking for a huge play. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. At the 45 on his way. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Texas! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. First down here for the offense. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. The defense knocks it away as we have knocked down 3 quarters and head to the 4th.
The score, Texas 42, Texas Tech 14.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He'll just keep slinging it. This time on target. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Good timing on the quick out. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. And the Red Raiders will hustle to the line. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Leaves it with the running back. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
Feeling some heat. And they got him for the sack.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's second and long from the 24. Oh, he tosses it back. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And they go aggressive, Palmer. They're trying to go up top, trying to make a play. And how about them running the flea flicker, catching the defense off guard, but just missing it, just missing an opportunity to really create some momentum in a big play.
And you can't waste that opportunity, David. The flea flicker was set up. You can only call it once a game. Can't call it twice. They had the look. They just could not execute.
The Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line.
Offense will take over. First and 10.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand. He's going for the big play. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which colored jerseys they're wearing? And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback. And DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. and short now from their own 48. Quarterback will audible. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He makes the grab. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You've got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
And the Longhorns have their offense in high gear. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Across the 25, he's got room. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring. And the defense better do something about it.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Minnesota is ahead right now in Minneapolis, but that's not exactly Bronco Nagurski out there controlling the game. This one is a long way from being over. They're up by 4 over SMU. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. He wants to throw. Finds his man. It's Cole. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Looking to throw on second down. Finds his target down the middle. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Trying to beat the D deep. Wide open. He makes the catch. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6. With that last one, he now has 40 career touchdown catches.
I mean, he's just been a playmaker. This guy, they feature him. He's been in the end zone that many times because they can feature him in so many ways. They find ways to get him the football because Palmer, he always makes plays.
And he's always open even when he's not. Throughout his career, think about single cover, double cover, triple covered. You're still throwing him the ball because he's going to find a way to make it happen. 40 TD catches. That is awesome.
Here comes the Texas offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop him.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Longhorns are threatening in the red zone. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Zings it complete to the right. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Power football with the run. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They think there's room to run to the right here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Going with the ground game left. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
On fourth down, going to the air. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on fourth down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. If backups are on the field, they get an opportunity to run your playbook, so let them do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop you. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
Trying to find his man on first down. Throws for the tight end. Working the middle. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. To the air on first down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And that one is picked up in the end zone.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry